Well, it's that time of year when, I don't know about you, but I start looking toward the fall months and thinking about what am I going to study this year. Whether you are studying the Bible with a small group at church or a group of friends in your home, or you have your own personal schedule of, all right, it's fall time, it's back to school time, I'm ready to dig into God's Word and learn something new, I have a few suggestions to share with you. Hi, I'm Asherita. I'm an author, a speaker, and for the past few months here on our YouTube channel, I have been sharing Bible reviews, which has been so much fun. But I know for some of you, opening up the Bible and reading straight from the text on your own might feel a little intimidating, which is why I'm so excited to partner with my friends at Revive Our Hearts. They contacted me a few months ago and said, hey, we have some Bible studies we would love to share with your community. Would you consider doing a review? So even though I've never done a Bible study review here on the channel, I got to look through the listing, I got to handpick some of my favorites, and I am so excited to be partnering with Revive Our Hearts and sharing these suggestions and recommendations with you. And as always, we are actually giving away a few of these books here on our YouTube channel. So if you haven't already, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and then comment below, tell me which of these Bible studies or books would you like to win and why? Like, what is it about it that appeals to you at whatever stage of life you're in? First up is this 12-week Bible study called Seeking Him by Nancy DeMoss Wolgemuth, and all the Bibles I'm going to share with you today were written by Nancy. This one's also co-written with Tim Grissom. This is meant for small groups, for churches to study together, to go through together. If your heart is thirsting for God's presence, if you are crying out for revival in your local church, that is what this book, Seeking Him, is all about, experiencing the joy of personal revival. I love that it includes places for you to mark out your thoughts on a text, to really interact with the Bible study material and make it personal. There are also memory verses to memorize together, and there's a lot of resources for local churches to really just equip you to go through this content with your congregation. There's sermon outlines and there's promotional material, just so much that you can find as you seek God together. This is a 12-week Bible study, so it's perfect for something like the fall season. If you are praying for personal revival or revival in your church, this is the Bible study I'd recommend you start with. Next up is a classic. This is Lies Women Believe and the Bible study that goes with it. I first read Lies Young Women Believe when I was a teenager, and it just greatly impacted my faith. It helped me realize how many narratives were going on in my head, how many subtle lies I was believing about God, about myself, about family and church and relationships. And so this is the original version, the first one that came out, Lies Women Believe and the Truth that Sets Them Free, as well as the study guide and companion to go with it. So if you have not read through this book, it is about time. You will discover lies about emotions, about children, about marriage and sexuality and sin, lies about us and lies about God. Lies are at the heart of how our enemy seeks to deceive us from the Garden of Eden even unto today. And it is God's truth that sets us free. This Bible study, this work of Nancy's on lies has made such an impact on me that I included a chapter in my book Food, Freedom, and the Battle for Satisfaction, all about lies we believe about food. And there are 10 of those. So if this theme of I'm really struggling to walk in the truth of God, in the freedom that comes from believing God, taking Him at His word, I recommend Lies Women Believe, the book and the Bible study. This will be just such an eye-opening time to transform what goes on in your heart, in your mind, and to meditate on and live out God's word in your life. Next up is Elizabeth, dealing with disappointment. And this is a short Bible study that I actually had the opportunity to join in the filming of the video conversation around this book a few years ago. And I didn't realize just how much I identified with Elizabeth and some of the disappointments that come our way, and how Elizabeth models for us how to deal with it, how to bring it to God, not just paste on a fake smile, but actually bring our disappointments to Him, being honest with Him and receiving in exchange all that God has for us. So if you are dealing with some of those life disappointments, or if you are curious about the life of Elizabeth, pick this up. Dig into it by yourself or with a friend. This is one of several character studies from Revive Our Hearts, and I know you're going to enjoy it. When I saw this book included in the summer Bible study sale, I just knew I had to include it in my review. It's called Holiness the Heart God Purifies. And this is a theme that God has been working in my own heart for a few years now. There's 8 chapters in this book, which lends itself really well to reading a chapter a week, and then using the study guide that is included at the end of the book to really dive deeper, whether it's in a group discussion or studying the key passage every week, going deep, maybe even memorizing a few verses about what God says about holiness and His invitation that we might mirror His heart, that we might grow in the likeness of Jesus Christ as we study His heart together. And last up, that I got to handpick from the listing of Bible studies at Revive Our Hearts, this one actually won the Christian Book Award for the Medallion of Excellence. It is called Adorned: Living Out the Beauty of the Gospel Together. And I saved this one for last just to say that all of these books are written by Nancy DeMoss Wolgemuth, and I had the privilege of meeting Nancy several times, of serving with her at True Woman 22, and I can tell you this is one of Nancy's passions, is that she might share the passion of God's word and of God Himself, her heart that the people of God would know God with the next generation. This heart for discipleship intergenerationally, that older women would teach younger women, the heart of God, that we might not journey through life alone, but that we might walk with one another. This is how we adorn the gospel. This is how we walk it out together. And so in this book, Nancy shares her vision and her desire that older women might teach younger women from their own life and from God's word, and that younger women might be encouraged by those who are older. So in my own life, I have had the privilege of having older women pour into me, pray for me, invest in me, and I don't know where I fit in that right now. I'm younger than some older women and I'm older than some younger women, so I kind of feel like I'm that sandwich generation that I get to continue learning from the older women in my life, as well as investing in the next generation to come. So if you are passionate about mentoring and discipleship intergenerationally, or if you have a desire that God would bring in your life, someone that you might either pour into or someone that, might pour into you, this book, Adorned, is such a beautiful guide to read together. It's not necessarily a Bible study, so that's why I saved it for last. It's really a book that walks through this passage about what it means to adorn the gospel as a woman, and I think it would be such a good conversation guide as you walk through chapter by chapter. There's also conversation questions at the end to make it personal, whether you're an older woman or a younger woman, to really help you think through it and process it together. So I am excited to dig into Adorned myself, and I hope you pick up a copy as well. So that's it. This is my stack of book recommendations from Revive Our Hearts, Bible studies, books to read through and discuss together with people in your church, with older women and younger women, with your small group, with your neighbors, your friends, or even just reading it by yourself. And as always, we are actually giving away a few of these books here on our YouTube channel. So if you haven't already, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and then comment below. Tell me which of these Bible studies or books would you like to win and why? Like, what is it about it that appeals to you at whatever stage of life you're in? And I'd also love to know, did you enjoy this video? Is it helpful? Should I make more of these? Let me know. That really is my heart here in making these videos on YouTube, that it would serve you well. So I welcome your feedback in the comments below. Until next time, may you find much joy in Jesus, the one who delights in you.